Welcome, here I've got Xiaomi Redmi Note 9T and I'm gonna show you how to use the camera pro mode at this device. So let's start by tapping on the camera button to open it, and for now we are on standard photo mode. Let's change it by using the settings bar and just simply going to the left to Pro. So here we are. This mode gives us possibilities to choose some shooting parameters by ourselves. This is useful when we want to learn photographic skills or making experiments with photography. So let me start with this settings bar. Let's go from the left. The first one button allows us to control the white balance, so the temperature of our picture. We can pick between the light we have in the area where we take a photo. So let me start with this second from the left button on this settings bar, the tungsten light, then daylight, white fluorescent light, and the cloudy light. And when we tap to the last button from the right here, we get access to extra slider, so we can adjust our white balance manually in Kelvin degrees. By going to the left, as you can see, we can make our picture more blue, more cold. By going to the right, we can make it more warm, more orange. So this is kind of balance between the warm and cold tones of our picture. We can of course easily go back with auto settings. So let's move to this view and tap to a letter button from the left, and now we have auto white balance. And let's move to the next one option, the focusing. So here we can change our autofocus to manual one by using this slider, and we can adjust it as we need. Here we can also have one extra thing to adjust our focusing better, so let me show you how it works. So now let's move to the right corner button here, and we get access to more options about the camera we can manage. They are usually also in standard photo mode, but in the Pro we have 3 buttons extra. Now let's start with the first one, focus picking here from the right. Just one tap to turn it on, another tap to turn it off, and when we have it turned on, it shows us on the red signs the areas where we have our focusing, so we can see if it's adjusted correctly. Now let's tap to the right corner button and turn it off, and move on this settings bar to the next one option, the shutter speed. Here we can change the time of taking picture, and by using the slider and going to the left, we can make it shorter from 1/4000 of a second. This should be definitely better to objects, for example in move, to frozen them at the picture. With a good light, by going to the right, we can make our time much longer. The longest here is 30 seconds, so this is really long time, and it should be better to objects that are stable. And as you can see, we can adjust it easily like that. This is kind of connected with the light of our picture, so together with the next one parameter we can manage it. So let me go to ISO now. Here we can change camera sensitivity to light. We can pick between 50, so make it less sensitive, and go to the right to make it more sensitive to 6 and 4000. So this is also really wide choice and wide spectrum like this kind of camera. I think this is really pro. And these two parameters together allow us to control the light of our picture, as you can see. And now let me draw your attention to the last one option. Now this is locked. The last one button here is exposure compensation. It also allows us to control the light of our picture, but these parameters together are more important in photographic world, so we have to stay on auto to unlock this. And now we can get access to it. Here we have slider with 0 parameter at the center. By going to the right, we can make it more bright. By going to the left, we can make our photo more dark. So as you can see, this is kind of simple light managing on our picture. By using these two parameters, shutter speed and the ISO, we can make it more professional. But I want to show you one extra thing. Let's move again to the right corner button. Here we have exposure verification option. So by just one tap, of course, we can turn it on and off. And when we have it turned on, we can check if we adjust our exposure correctly, so it should show us the areas of our picture that are over and under exposed. So let me give too much light to my photo, and as you can see, we have this type of signs. So it shows us the areas overexposed. When I go to the dark side of the photo, we have blue signs that shows us where it's too dark on our picture to make it work. And when we have it adjusted correctly, we don't have these signs. So this is really useful. It also works with the ISO and the shutter speed, as you can see. And after managing all of these parameters, as you can see, we can separately go to auto settings, but we can also do it together by tapping on this button from the left, which appears, and now all of these parameters can be reset. We can start managing this from the beginning. Now let me draw your attention on the settings bar and the second from the left button. Here we can pick the metering. We are on matrix metering. We can also pick the frame average and the spot one. So let's stay, for example, on frame average, and I want to show you the third button in this settings from the right, the RAW format. So just one tap, we can turn it on and off. And also this is really pro feature here, because when we turn it on, we can save our pictures not in JPEG, the standard photographic format, but in RAW. And this format is used by professional photographers to saving more details at the picture and post-producing them in graphic programs. So this is really pro. Now let's turn it off and let me use the settings to take a photo. So maybe let me start with white balance, a little bit colder one. The focusing, maybe let's stay on auto because I don't really have well conditions to do it. Then shutter speed maybe here, and the ISO here. As I said, the exposure compensation now is locked. To see my photo, let's move to the left, to the button that follows us straight to the gallery. So this is how it looks like. I suggest you to making experiments with all of these settings and just have a good fun. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.